For over 3 centuries, the Plantagenets ruled England, their lineage tracing back to Henry II in the 12th century. But by the late 15th century, their once mighty house was crumbling under the weight of civil war, betrayal, and bloodshed. The final blow came on August 22, 1485, at Bosworth Field. King Richard III, the last Plantagenet king, fell in battle, his crown taken by an exiled noble, Henry Tudor. This moment marked the end of one dynasty and the birth of another. But who was Henry Tudor? And how did this unlikely claimant rise from exile to become Henry VII, the first Tudor king? Richard III's rise to power began with tragedy. When his brother King Edward IV died in 1483, Edward's young son, Edward V, was supposed to inherit the throne. But Richard, acting as Lord Protector, seized power, declaring his nephews illegitimate. Soon the young princes vanished from the Tower of London, never to be seen again. Many suspected Richard of foul play, and opposition to his rule grew rapidly. His reign was marked by paranoia and betrayal, and whispers of rebellion spread. Among those plotting against him was Margaret Beaufort, a powerful noblewoman with her own claim to the throne through her son, Henry Tudor. Henry Tudor was born in 1457 at Pembroke Castle in Wales. His claim to the throne came through his mother Margaret Beaufort, a descendant of John of Gaunt, son of Edward III. But his lineage was through the Beaufort family considered illegitimate by royal decree. When the Wars of the Roses reached their peak, Henry's life was in danger. As a Lancastrian, he was forced into exile in Brittany at just 14 years old, where he remained for years under the protection of the French court. But while he was away, his mother worked tirelessly to rally support for his claim. In 1485, with French backing and promises of loyalty from discontented English nobles, Henry set sail for England, determined to challenge Richard III for the throne. On August 22, 1485, Henry's forces met Richard III's army at Bosworth Field. Richard, a seasoned warrior, led his troops into battle, fighting with the desperation of a king whose throne was slipping away. But at the critical moment, Lord Stanley, whose forces had been on the sidelines, betrayed Richard and joined Henry. Surrounded, Richard fought to the death, refusing to flee. He became the last English king to die in battle. With Richard's death, the Plantagenet dynasty ended. Henry Tudor was declared king on the battlefield, and the Tudor era began. Henry VII's first priority was securing his rule. He married Elizabeth of York, the daughter of Edward IV, uniting the warring houses of Lancaster and York. This symbolic union created the Tudor rose, a blend of the red rose of Lancaster and the white rose of York, signifying an end to the Wars of the Roses. But Henry faced immediate threats. Yorkist loyalists challenged his reign, and pretenders like Lambert Simnel and Perkin Warbeck claimed to be lost princes, gathering support to overthrow him. Henry crushed these uprisings with calculated precision, strengthening his hold on the throne. Unlike his warrior predecessors, Henry VII was a ruler of strategy, not the battlefield. He understood that true power came from wealth and control. He reformed England's financial system, heavily taxing nobles while avoiding unnecessary wars to fill the royal treasury. To prevent future civil wars, he established the Court of Star Chamber, a legal body that ensured noble families could not plot against him. By the early 1500s, Henry VII's health began to fail. After ruling for 24 years, he died on April 21, 1509, at Richmond Palace. His son, the young and ambitious Henry VIII, ascended the throne, ushering in a new and infamous chapter of Tudor rule. Henry VII's reign may not have been as dramatic as his son's, but it was crucial. He ended the bloody civil wars, restored stability, and built the foundation of a powerful monarchy that would dominate England for the next century.